It's time for the all-new online and in-video Kurtiss Riggs Show, brought to you by Sanford Health. This weekly video podcast features the head coach of the Indoor Football League's defending champion, the Sioux Storm. Each week we visit with Coach Riggs and talk about games and events around the IFL, have a recap and highlights from the previous Storm game, and Coach's scouting report of the Storm's next opponent. Also on the Kurtiss Riggs Show are guests, either Storm players or someone from the Storm organization, the IFL, or anyone of interest to Storm fans. And now, here is your host of the Kurtiss Riggs Show, IFL Hall of Fame sportscaster, Rich Rusty.
And hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kurtiss Riggs Show. And on the show today, we're going to be talking to the Storm head coach about the games around the IFL. And there's some interesting games that happen. A big overtime win down in Des Moines as the Iowa Barnstormers and the Duke Gladiators duked it out, you might say. And we'll have a conversation with Coach Riggs about that game, plus all of the other games around the IFL. Then we'll be talking with Coach Riggs about that big win over the Arizona Rattlers, and on Saturday, as they defeated the Rattlers 50-46. It was a great win, a great game, and it was really got the crowd into it, and the fans really had that taste again for the excitement of Storm football. Then we'll talk about the Storm's next opponent. That's going to be coming up on Saturday as the Storm travels down to Louisville, Kentucky, to take on the Extreme. Now, you'll be able to watch that game, and it starts at 6:05 kickoff. They're on Eastern time, so it's at 6:05 kickoff, and I'll have the broadcast for you, and it'll be a video of that. And if you just go to the Storm website, click on Watch Live, or go to the IFL video site, and it should be listed there. But you can always get it at the SiouxFallsStorm.com. But again, that kickoff is going to be at 6:05. And because of the way things are set up with the IFL, pregame is only going to be about 10 minutes prior to kickoff, and then we'll have all of the action for you from that point on. Also, if you wanted to watch the game with other Storm fans, just go out to the Blue Rock that's across the street from the Denny Sanford Pentagon, and if you go out there, just Kinney Quarter across there to the southwest, Blue Rock Bar and Grill, that's where the Storm viewing party will be. Come on out and have a great time with other stands watching the Sioux Falls Storm take on the Louisville Extreme. Also on the show, we're going to be talking to a couple of Storm players. Lorenzo Brown had a great game against the Arizona Rattlers. He'll talk about the first game and the transition and how the Storm team has improved or starting to figure things out because there's so many new players on the team. And Lorenzo Brown will tell us about not only his ball game, but the Storm ball game itself. And then to wrap things up, we'll have the interview with Trey Wofford, defensive back with the Sioux Falls Storm, the only returning defensive back for the Sioux Falls Storm this year. And Trey will talk about his role as a leader and also what it's like to be a part of the Sioux Falls Storm. And then to final wrap-up will be head coach talking about the game at Louisville, Kentucky. All of that coming up on the Kurtiss Riggs Show. And this segment is presented by Beal Bud Light. So I appreciate you watching the Kurtiss Riggs Show. When we come back, we'll have the head coach himself, and we'll talk about things around the IFL.
The best in the business. You can stop in and see the region's largest showroom or visit us on the web at fireplaceprofessionals.com and get a virtual tour. We have almost 100 heat and glow and Heatilator models on display and even more in stock. If you ever need advice, just call 605-339-0775 or better yet, stop in and see us at 1217 West 41st Street in Sioux Falls. You're going to love the way your home feels. Hey Sioux Falls, do you want the guaranteed best carpet cleaning ever? Then you need to check out Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration. Since 1989, Best Choice incorporates the work ethic and durability of old-school family methods with the efficiency of modern equipment to offer high-quality cleaning services. When they're done cleaning the carpet in your home or office, you'll be thrilled with the results. Try Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration and experience the best carpet cleaning ever.
Hi, everybody. This is Rich Rusty for the Sioux Falls Storm. When you think about sponsors that have been a part of the Sioux Falls Storm organization, there's no one that's been around longer than Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs. They've been around since the days of the Cobras, 21 years ago. And they are a special organization, and they've been working to further enhance deliveries in Sioux Falls by supplementing their delivery staff with a third-party delivery company, so you get your subs baked fresh, sliced fresh, and delivered fresh. That's good sense. Deli Fresh subs. Man, that's good.
More people are choosing Silver Star Car Wash than ever. Just $14.95 per month for fast, easy, unlimited washes at all of our Silver Star Car Wash locations. Get in and out quick and easy with free vacuums and prep towels and several convenient locations all over town. You won't find a better value anywhere. Just $14.95 per month for unlimited washes. Silver Star, a better wash, a great feeling.
Fireplace professional.
Welcome back to the Kurtiss Riggs Show. Here is your host, Rich Rosti.
Joining me now is the head coach of the Sioux Falls Storm, Kurtiss Riggs. And Coach, it was a busy weekend all around the IFL. All 12 teams were playing, and you had a bit of a busy weekend also on Saturday. We'll talk about that more a little bit later in the show. But on Friday night, Green Bay Blizzard defeated Tucson Sugar Skulls 42-36. And anything that you saw about that game or anything that you know about that game?
I was able to watch a little bit of it, Rich. We had a walkthrough kind of in the middle of that. So I was able to watch a little bit before and a little bit after. Green Bay just finds a way to win. They've got a very athletic, fast quarterback, but still not real comfortable in the passing game. But they won with really good defense, and then calling plays to the strength of the guys they have on offense. And I think Tucson, though, they made mistakes that showed it was their first game. That's one distinct advantage that, Green Bay, Bismarck, Massachusetts, there's one other team that started, Louisville.
Yeah.
These teams, they started early, and you look, Green Bay now is 3-1, and they looked like a more polished product on the field than Tucson. Tucson was making those first game mistakes, and Green Bay really wasn't.
Yeah, Dixie Wooten, the new head coach down at Tucson, and Green Bay, like you said, moving right along, had 3 wins on the year already this year. But then on Saturday, the rest of the teams all played, and Frisco Fighters defeated Louisville, who is the next opponent for the Sioux Falls Storm, 34-26. Frisco out of Frisco, Texas, not San Francisco. They're 2-0 on the year. Louisville drops down to 0-3. I'm sure you've had a chance to look at Louisville a little bit in this, getting ready for them this weekend.
We started looking at Louisville, and Coach Stout is someone that we're very familiar with from his Cedar Rapids and Nebraska days. The personnel that he has right now, we're not familiar with. A lot of different guys that we don't really know much about, but a lot of the similar schemes that he's always run, though.
Then Spokane back with the IFL with their old name, the Spokane Shock, as they defeated the Massachusetts Pirates 34-26. Spokane now 1-1, and Massachusetts 2-2.
Well, and Spokane comes off a tough loss from Frisco and then has to fly all the way across the United States. That had to be quite a jaunt, and play, a team that is new to the IFL, but really has a ton of talent. I mean, Massachusetts has a lot of very skilled players, but Spokane does too. The points, I think you'll see that change with Spokane. I think they're still kind of getting their legs under them. And you'll see they have a lot of veteran skilled guys, McCollum being the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll see, between him and Sap Lynch at running back, they'll start to put more and more points up as they go along.
And they're led by their coach that we're familiar with, Billy Back.
Yep. Yeah. So they got a veteran guy that coached in the IFL for a while, and he brought a lot of his guys with him out to Spokane.
And Bismarck, the Bucks, with a 3-1 start, defeated Northern Arizona 61-39. Northern Arizona drops to 0-2 on the year, but Bismarck putting together a nice start to their season.
They are. You look at Green Bay and Bismarck both taking advantage of that early start, and now are playing hard. I think that's the one thing I noticed more so than anything else with Bismarck this year compared to last year is that the guys are playing hard, and they've got some passion and some fire, and before you just knew if you jumped on them early, it was going to be over, and now it looks like they got a lot of fight in them.
And the final game of the weekend was a overtime game. Duke City Gladiators, and they're out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, 63-55 over the Iowa Barnstormers. And Duke City scored in the overtime, plus the 2-point conversion. Then the Barnstormers unable to tie it up in overtime. But that game went back and forth, didn't it?
It did. And I saw Iowa actually scored a touchdown, and then it was ruled with instant replay not a catch. He kind of trapped it, and then they couldn't get in after that. It seemed like an exciting game and a big first win for Duke City. I felt like Iowa beat us, and that's one that will haunt us. I think they have some good players. I think their quarterback's tremendous, but I think they have and I think Coach Moss would say the same. They have a lot of work to do still there. And I think Duke City came in, maybe caught them feeling pretty good about themselves, and they're not as good as they quite thought. And Duke City surprised them and got the win, a lot like what happened with Iowa to us.
Well, Coach, when we come back, we'll talk about the game against the Arizona Rattlers when the Kurtiss Riggs Show continues. We'll be back right after this.
Fireplace Professionals is a proud supporter of the Sioux Falls Storm. Our gas fireplaces and inserts from Heat and Glow and Heatolator are the best in the business. You can stop in and see the region's largest showroom or visit us on the web at fireplaceprofessionals.com and get a virtual tour. We have almost 100 Heat and Glow and Heatolator models on display and even more in stock. If you ever need advice, just call 605-339-0775, or better yet, stop in and see us at 1217 West 41st Street in Sioux Falls. You're going to love the way your home feels. Hey Sioux Falls, do you want the guaranteed best carpet cleaning ever? Then you need to check out Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration. Since 1989, Best Choice incorporates the work ethic and durability of old school family methods with the efficiency of modern equipment to offer high quality cleaning services. When they're done cleaning the carpet in your home or office, you'll be thrilled with the results. Try Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration and experience the best carpet cleaning ever.
Hi, everybody. This is Rich Rosty for the Sioux Falls Storm. When you think about sponsors that have been a part of the Sioux Falls Storm organization, there's no one that's been around longer than Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs. They've been around since the days of the Cobras 21 years ago, and they are a special organization, and they've been working to further enhance deliveries in Sioux Falls by supplementing their delivery staff with a third-party delivery company, so you get your subs baked fresh, sliced fresh, and delivered fresh. That's Good Sense. Deli Fresh Subs. Man, that's good.
More people are choosing Silver Star Car Wash than ever. Just $14.95 per month for fast, easy, unlimited washes at all of our Silver Star Car Wash locations. Get in and out quick and easy with free vacuums and prep towels and several convenient locations all over town. You won't find a better value anywhere. Just $14.95 per month for unlimited washes. Silver Star, a better wash, a great feeling.
And welcome back to the Kurtiss Riggs Show. Rich Rossi, along with the head coach, Kurtiss Riggs. Well, Coach, it was a very satisfying ball game that you had against the Arizona Rattlers as you defeated them in a wild game, back and forth game, 50-46. And coming off that loss against the Iowa Barnstormers, as I watched that game progress, especially at the very beginning of it, the team of the Sioux Falls Storm looked quite different in the way that they were playing in the start of that game against the Rattlers. Tell us about the transition of your ball club from week 1 to week 2.
Well, I think one thing we made plays when we had the opportunities. First drive of the game, Lorenzo hits JoJo Gauss on a nice pass and for a touchdown, and then JoJo the second drive of the game, catches a touchdown for us too. And the opening against Iowa, we missed Brandon Shepard wide open for a touchdown, and it always seemed like it was an uphill battle. And this one, you knew you were in a slugfest, and we were able to keep that up the entire game.
Picked up some things that did happen during the course of the contest. You picked up a rouge, which was good at the beginning of the game. Also, a couple of interceptions by your Brandon Rowe in the secondary. Tell us about the defense and how they played.
I think they played better. I think they played hard. I think they really flew around the field. I think there's still a lot of room for improvement. And I think some of it can be coaching on us. I think some of it can be personnel. And I think some of it can just be guys playing, learning the indoor game. I mean, some of them, it's very new to them. So the one thing though, that when you watch the film, you felt like they were playing much harder than the previous game. And one guy you never question how hard he's playing is Trey Wofford. I mean, that guy just flies around the field. It was the turnovers were the difference in the game, though. I mean, you look at the stats statistically, they beat us in every category, and that includes turnovers. They had 3 and we had none, and that was the difference.
The Storm goes up by 10 points, and then the lead changes, and it goes back and forth. Momentum really had shifted with Arizona, coming back from a deficit. But then you got a big kickoff return for a touchdown by Nate Chavius, and that really ignited not only the team, but the crowd really got into it, and it really carried a lot through the rest of the game.
Yeah, Nate's been outstanding. He has been so much better than we expected. We knew watching the film of him against when he played for Cedar Rapids. I mean, he really could do some good things, but he's worked so hard on his foot speed and his strength, and he did a great job picking up the blitz. I mean, I was in him all week about picking up the blitz from Trayvon Williams, and Nate was outstanding.
And when you talk about effort, when you talk about guys that bring it regardless of what the situation is, Lorenzo Brown, 6 touchdown passes in that game. He plays so hard, ignited the squad, and I think he really started off with a lot of confidence. At least it looked like it to me. Well,
Rich, I mean, I can never say enough about Lorenzo. I am so hard on him, and he can take it. I mean, that's what makes him so special is, I'm hard on him, and our fans are probably even more tough on him. I mean, they are brutal to him. And, when he didn't play great against Iowa, and then he plays great against Arizona, it's like, oh, okay, he did what he was supposed to. I mean, he played great. He had a great game. And, it's very hard right now because we have 3 really good quarterbacks. It's just Lorenzo has such a good feel for the game. He had a couple critical errors, but we were able to overcome those, and he made a lot of spectacular plays, though, throughout the game.
I've often said, I've even said it on the air, that you have a kind of a love-hate relationship with him. You love what he do, but every once in a while, he'll do something that just pulls your hair out, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, in the game, some of the things I say to him, and he just handles it so well, and just he knows me so well. And he could make the worst play that would completely destroy a quarterback, and he's able to come right back after it and make a spectacular play.
Let's talk about your defensive line. You were disappointed in their efforts last week, but tell us about how they did this week, and especially against the challenge of a tremendous running back by the name of Daryl Monroe.
I thought they were okay. I thought they played harder. I thought they pursued the ball better. I thought they tried to fight through blocks a little bit better. I thought they had a better understanding of what the offense was trying to do to them this week, or the last game. I thought Coach Johnson did a nice job of really showing, hey, here's what they're going to do, and here's what we're going to do to combat that. And we're going to kind of take the thinking out of your hands, and we're just going to tell you what you got to do. One thing, and do it hard. And I thought it paid off. I mean, Arizona with their offensive line and with Monroe back there. And then you got Drew Powell too. I mean, that's a very good runner. They are really tough when they decide they want to just line up and run the ball at you. It is really a challenge to try to stop that.
But I thought that as the game went on, they started to realize you cannot just shoulder tackle the guy. You have to wrap him. And they stopped him, I think, a couple of times. That was critical. And it just seemed like the defense got a little bit more confident because they realized he can be stopped if you tackle him correctly. But if he's got momentum, otherwise you're just going to hang on and hope he doesn't drag you too far.
Yeah, I told the team in the locker room that what won the game for us was that where they made Arizona really spend so much time at the end of the game there trying to get in the end zone, because Kevin was trying to keep his 3 timeouts and think, hey, we'll score 50 seconds left, and then we're going to onside kick and use 3 timeouts and make them have to kick field goal, and then we'll have time to go down and get a touchdown and win this game. And the defense made sure that never happened because they made them burn the clock all the way down to 10 seconds left. And then we were able to just close it out once we got the onside kick. I did see, though, Rich, and it will be pointed out, some guys that when Monroe had a full head of steam and he was at the goal line, they could have met him at the goal line. A couple of them they made some professional decisions, some career decisions to maybe step to the side a little bit, knowing that he was going to get in. And I can't really fault him because he outweighs him, probably by 100 pounds.
Yeah, no kidding. And he is tall and heavy, but he's lean. He's just tough. He just runs hard and he's got momentum, and you can hit him and he's still going to get 3 more yards.
Always. He's going to fall forward, and he's one that if things just would have worked out for him, he's one of those cases where you think he should have played in the NFL. I mean, he's always one. I felt like he has all the tools. He just wasn't able to bring those tools together. It is good to see him running healthy again, though, because remember, he had that really nasty injury against us in the semifinals in 2018. And so to see him back playing again's good.
I wasn't surprised to see him on the field because when we talked to him prior to the game on Thursday or Friday, I think it was, we talked to him, and he had mentioned about Daryl possibly being around, and maybe Lashane was not going to see all of the action. And I was not surprised to see Monroe back because he had dropped like 25 pounds since the last season and gotten himself in good shape, and they were really pleased with what he looked like. And Kevin Guy even said that he's probably in better shape than he was 2 years ago.
Well, and they didn't play much in the first game, that he suited, but they started Lashane, and they said that Lashane beat him out in camp. Well, I think it was all just a motivational tactic is what it was, to get him ready for our game.
You had different receivers catching the ball, but tell us about JoJo Gauss first, because he had the first 2.
Well, yeah, and he had 3 on the night, and he had an outstanding game. I mean, he's great, Rich. He's just a quality young man, and he's got a ton of potential. And we were really frustrated with the way our veteran guys played the first game, especially knowing that a guy like JoJo, and then even a guy like Julius Wingate is on the bench, who's just like JoJo. He's 6'5", 220 pounds, runs just like JoJo. That those guys are on the sidelines and they could be out here playing and playing hard. So it was good to see him come in and really make some big plays for us.
Defensively, we'll just talk briefly a little bit about a couple of individuals, Marquise Hendricks and St. Pierre. Also in Wofford, you'd mentioned Wofford earlier, but to tell us a little bit more about the different individuals defensively, help the fans get to know them a little bit.
Well, Hendricks had a lot of tackles. He was flying around the field, but he was gassed for it. Just these guys that have never played indoor, they don't realize how demanding it is on your body. A linebacker has to be able to play every down of defense. They need to be on kickoff, kick return, and they need to be the protector on field goal. And so they are on everything, and they have got to be in phenomenal shape. And I think Hendricks prides himself on being in really good shape, but he didn't realize, what it would be like. I mean, he was gassed. And, it gave him a better idea of what it takes, because you could see his blitzes towards the end were a little bit slower. He was on the hands team at the end, and he did a terrible job on that. And he'll learn from it, though, and he'll make sure he adapts. And he'll start to learn where he needs to save energy and where he needs to expend a little more.
You also had a couple of injuries during the course of the game. Tell us about that and how they're doing.
Alonzo Moore, actually, it was a shin contusion, but it was a nerve injury. And that nerve was sending a message all the way up his body. And boy, it looked like it was going to be way worse than what it was. He's doing a lot better. Brandon Rowe had a knee injury. He had the interception, and Drew Powell came over and just laid a big time hit on him, but he caught him right in the knee. And, there was no intent there. It was a good, clean hit. It just happened to be right there on the knee. And we'll get that assessed today. I think he goes in and gets that checked out.
Any other comments about your ball club and the win? Big win over Arizona. Any win over Arizona is a big win, but it's a long season. But tell us about, how you're seeing your club progress, and as you'll be going into your third game coming up this week.
Well, I mean, the thing we have to stress to the guys is, it was a big win, but we're still 500 right now. I mean, We're not even a winning team yet. So we got to just go right back to work. And if we can play with the same fire and same, grit that we had in that game against Arizona, then we'll continue to get better. And as coaches, we'll continue to improve the scheme so they meet our personnel better, and we'll find better personnel too when we need to. That's something we're working on right now. I think we can still improve in some areas, and try to have some guys that we think can help us down the long run.
Very good, Coach. When we come back, we'll talk about the Louisville Extreme as the Kurtiss Riggs Show continues, and we'll be back right after this.
Fireplace Professionals is a proud supporter of the Sioux Falls Storm. Our gas fireplaces and inserts from Heat and Glow and Heatolator are the best in the business. You can stop in and see the region's largest showroom, or visit us on the web at fireplaceprofessionals.com and get a virtual tour. We have almost 100 Heat and Glow and Heatolator models on display, and even more in stock. If you ever need advice, just call 605-339-0775, or better yet, stop in and see us at 1217 West 41st Street in Sioux Falls. You're going to love the way your home feels. Hey Sioux Falls, do you want the guaranteed best carpet cleaning ever? Then you need to check out Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration. Since 1989, Best Choice incorporates the work ethic and durability of old-school family methods with the efficiency of modern equipment to offer high-quality cleaning services. When they're done cleaning the carpet in your home or office, you'll be thrilled with the results. Try Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration and experience the best carpet cleaning ever.
Hi, everybody. This is Rich Rosty for the Sioux Falls Storm. When you think about sponsors that have been a part of the Sioux Falls Storm organization, there's no one that's been around longer than Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs. They've been around since the days of the Cobras 21 years ago, and they are a special organization, and they've been working to further enhance deliveries in Sioux Falls by supplementing their delivery staff with a third-party delivery company, so you get your subs baked fresh, sliced fresh, and delivered fresh. That's Good Sense. Deli Fresh Subs. Man, that's good.
More people are choosing Silver Star Car Wash than ever. Just $14.95 per month for fast, easy, unlimited washes at all of our Silver Star Car Wash locations. Get in and out quick and easy with free vacuums and prep towels and several convenient locations all over town. You won't find a better value anywhere. Just $14.95 per month for unlimited washes. Silver Star, a better wash, a great feeling.
And welcome back to the Kurtiss Riggs Show. I'm Rich Rosty, and joining me now is the quarterback for the Sioux Falls Storm, Lorenzo Brown. Zo, great to have you on the show again.
Thanks for having me, Rich. Always a pleasure.
You know, Zo, question for you. How long have you been in the IFL?
This is year 10, I think.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think back to the last game of the 2019 season, and it was United Bowl down at Arizona taking on the Rattlers. And I've watched you play a very long time, but that was probably one of the greatest games that you played. Not only the performance that you did, but the leadership that you had and all of the things that you did. And you finished up that game and were named to the MVP for the United Bowl. After that was over, you did not retire. You decided to come back. There was a year off because of COVID. What is the desire within side of Lorenzo Brown to want to keep playing?
Honestly, just the competition, like the drive to just compete. I love to compete, and I still feel that my abilities are still there to compete at a high level that I've been doing these last, couple years since I've started playing quarterback again for the Storm. And I feel that the year off definitely helped me out, getting my body healthy for the most part. And I still enjoy it. I mean, if I didn't enjoy, the workouts or the practicing, the games, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put myself out there. And, that's one of the things that I told Riggs. And he asked me that, why do I want to play? And I was like, I still feel like I can and I want to, like I'm not going to put myself in a bad situation, look bad out there or hurt my teammates if I didn't feel like I can do it. So just still the drive in me to want to do it, really.
Well, it's burning deep. I can tell that by the way that you have played in these first two games. Now, there's a marked difference as how the results came of the first two games. But last Saturday, when the Sioux Falls Storm took on the Arizona Rattlers, it just seemed like it started from the very first offensive snap.
Yeah.
The team had changed or matured or readjusted itself. Tell us what it was like, after that loss, getting ready for Arizona and then the start of that game.
I think it was a reality check, really. I think there's only like 5 returners on the whole team, Rich. If I'm correct, I don't know, you might know better than me.
I think
So a lot of new guys come in and they see the name on the jersey Storm and they think about all the history that the Storm has, and they didn't realize that a lot of hard work goes into that, and they thought just by showing up that, oh, we're the Storm, we're going to roll over these people, you know what I mean? And it humbled us deeply, and Riggs gave us a chew in it at the end of the game, and I think it kind of refocused even us vets too. Be like, hey, we gotta come with it, or we're gonna get blown out against Arizona, and we gotta start proving to these young guys that, hey, there's stuff that comes into this that you gotta put your foot forward and you gotta work for it. You can't just, I got the Storm in my jersey, I'm good. It doesn't work like that, And I think I'm the spokesman for the captain, the coin toss, and I was going to take the ball. Riggs didn't know. We always defer, but I want the ball first. So when they won it, I was hoping they deferred because I want to go out and score and set the tone. You know what I mean? And that first drive was a kickstart, and I just knew that going into that, I felt confident going into the game, and the guys was a complete different from going into this week to the last week for sure.
Not only that, you started off with throwing to a new receiver. As Jojo Gauss got 3 passing touchdowns for you, but that first one was a dandy to start things off.
Yeah, Jojo, he's new. It's a young receiver, big, strong receiver. Our receiving core is deep, and gosh, like I think they're all over 6'3", you know what I mean? So we've used to have little scat backs like, Tatum or, BJ and small guys like that. But these guys can, at any given moment, they can make a big catch. They can go up and get it and create after the catch. And JoJo definitely is one that's been kind of quiet, but he definitely is locked in practice, learning as we kept on going, had a good camp, and Riggs trusted him to dress him the first 2 weeks. And he capitalized on his opportunities. Is only going to build confidence going forward for us and him and himself too.
Well, you had 6 touchdown passes in that game, 15 of 23, 189 yards. no
Mhm.
interceptions. He also found 3 other receivers. So it wasn't that you were just narrowing in on one player, but you also got a
Mhm.
touchdown pass to Chavius and Shepard and Ford. And when you have all those weapons, it makes your choices a lot better, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. And I mean, like I said, any one of those guys can go off, and it's good to have that as a quarterback in your pocket, that you don't have to worry about, is this guy going to win his one-on-one, or do I got to, be complete 100% accurate. If I get it in their vicinity, they're going to catch it and they're going to make plays for us. That's really good to have for sure.
Talk about your offensive line. You did have get sacked
Mhm.
one time, but that was actually kind of on an extended play.
Yeah,
But
that was
tell
my
us,
fault.
well, I wasn't
Yeah,
going to say that. But
yeah. No,
tell
that
us
was
about
my
that
fault, Rick.
offensive line and what their improvement was from week 1 to week 2.
I mean, I think they played well week 1. I don't think that it was that was a weak point at all, by no means, week 1. But going against Arizona, it was a better defensive line, but I would say those guys handled them very well up front. I mean, looking at how Big Country Forrestal Hickman handled their DN, 31, what's his name again? I forget his name.
McAllister.
McAllister, yeah. How he handled McAllister, and then shoot, Sheffield had D'Avanzo clamped the whole game. You didn't even really notice him on film. And Lawrence Martin, that's a all-time great at center. So you already know how he handles up front. And I really didn't really notice the pressure or nothing like that. They did really well, run blocking and for specifically pass blocking for sure.
What was the attitude on the bench during the course of the Arizona game?
I think it was positive. Defense got some turnovers. Defense that feeds the offense. That jump that just gives us a jolt. When they get turnovers, we get to get back on the field, keep their offense on the field, and put drives together, put points up. I think there was really no finger pointing, no head down. They would score. Hey, don't worry about it. Trey Wofford would come up the field. I'm like, I got you 1-3. Don't worry about it. We'll get it back. And that confidence that he has in me, it goes back and forth. And I think it was definitely a complete difference from the first week. The positive and the vibe on the sideline, it was just more positivity and more, hey, we got y'all back. Don't worry about it. We gonna get them, get the stop or get the points. And it just fed, and it was contagious, and it got us that push to get that victory.
What people don't realize is when you have a team of 30 guys and there's only 5
Mhm.
guys that are returning from before,
Mhm.
there's a real term in a real feeling, and that's called team chemistry. And that's something that
Mhm.
takes some time, effort, and sometimes defeat to be able to meld it together, doesn't it, Joe?
Oh yeah, for sure. Mhm. Like like I said, me and the vets, we talked, and we was like, hey, we got to have a focus week of practice, and we got to make sure the new guys are on point. A lot of miscommunication, especially on the defense side of the ball. And I think they shortened that up real quick, a big turnaround, and it definitely showed. It proved they played with more confidence. They were flying around, making tackles, making plays, and they just played hard. And that's one thing that Riggs and Herm, want. They want us to play hard. They want us to. If you're gonna mess up, you mess up going 100 miles an hour, and that's one thing that it showed on the film for sure.
One thing about it, you get a loss and a victory over 2
Hmm.
very good teams, but the season
Hmm.
continues. It's a long season. And
Yep.
going on to the next game, going to be traveling down to Louisville, Kentucky to take on the X-Men. And they've had
Hmm.
3 losses on the season thus far. How do you guard against taking them for granted?
I mean, you think about week 1, we how that went. We Lawrence said it best at the end of the end of the game, where locker room. He was like, we can't just think that we're going to play one way against good teams and play down to our competition on the teams that we're supposed to beat. Every week has to be a week like we had this week going forward, to set the tone how our season's going to go, you know? And, you got to take that in, and you got to reevaluate, like, how are we going to prepare for teams that we're supposed to beat against teams that, that we're supposed to lose to, you know what I mean? So I think this is a good hard week of practice, the preparation, the film, and just take it on. It's just, we're going to just, get the job done and move on to the next week. That's what our focus has to be.
Visiting with Storm quarterback Lorenzo Brown on the Kurtiss Riggs Show. Well, Zoe, it's been a pleasure to be alongside you, watch your career as that you have
Mhm.
continued it. And there's a lot of people that would say, I've had enough. But, I still watch you on the field. And the way that you lead the team, I think, is as important or maybe even more important than your arm or your legs. And when I think about it, what do you know about leadership now that you didn't know about 10 years ago?
I always think back to my rookie year, when, especially with Mark Blackburn and Terrence, I'm fortunate enough to have Terrence, one of my good friends still. I talk to him on a weekly basis, but just how those guys presented themselves on a day in and day out, manner, especially Blackburn. Like Blackburn, he can control a room when he walks in, like you feel his presence and stuff. And, I used to be the young guy, coming in and, I'm not going to be here long, this and that. But, when you buy into something, it didn't take me long to buy into what they were putting out and dishing out. And I just try to be that person somebody can come to and talk to or ask a question to, even all the other quarterbacks. I'm always one to help out, or if I see something, I'll say it. And if they ask me something, I'll answer whatever, or anybody, and just be an open book and somebody that, they can come to and talk to on the field or off the field. I do what I can. And like I said, I have the guys at my house and, try to, just have a good time and chill and just build that team chemistry and camaraderie, so.
But also when I see you in the huddle, you have undivided attention, regardless of what you're talking about. And that is the key of leadership. When all heads turn towards you as you're calling that play, or you're telling them something about what we need to do or what has to get done or how we can approach this particular play. I think that's the mark of a true leader and a true quarterback. And I applaud you for all that you've done with that and what you'll continue to do this year.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Sometimes it's hard when you got, a knucklehead like Lawrence that don't want to listen too much. But no, I think Lawrence is good. I tease him a lot, but when we're in the huddle, we're in the game. I got his respect, and I can tell him, if I see something or whatever the case is, and he listens, and it all trickles down to everybody else. So it's good to have that respect. It's only going to make us better and make this team, keep on going forward.
Well, Zoe, thank you for taking the time to be on the Kurtiss Riggs Show. Always appreciate your comments, and I applaud for all that you have done for the Sioux Falls Storm, and like I said, continue to do. And I'm my very best to use you guys travel down to Louisville to take on the Extreme this weekend.
Yes, sir. And it's always a pleasure with the now IFL Hall of Famer Silver Fox. Man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lorenzo Brown, quarterback with the Sioux Falls Storm. We'll be back with more of the Kurtiss Riggs Show after we pause for this timeout. And fans, I want to bring in a new sponsor for the Sioux Falls Storm as Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. And whatever the occasion, birthdays, fun runs, team building events, sports, and spirit walks, you can trust and call on Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more of Sioux Falls to make your custom T-shirt printing fun and hassle-free. We want to thank the folks at Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more for becoming a part of the Storm broadcast family sponsoring the Kurtiss Riggs Show. We'll be back with more, and coming up next is going to be Trey Wofford, defensive back with the Sioux Falls Storm. Also, don't forget, kickoff for the game this Saturday is coming up at 6:05 because Louisville's in Eastern Time. So we'll be back with more of the Kurtiss Riggs Show after we pause for this timeout.
Fireplace Professionals is a proud supporter of the Sioux Falls Storm. Our gas fireplaces and inserts from Heat and Glow and Heatolator are the best in the business. You can stop in and see the region's largest showroom or visit us on the web at fireplaceprofessionals.com and get a virtual tour. We have almost 100 Heat and Glow and Heatolator models on display and even more in stock. If you ever need advice, just call 605-339-0775, or better yet, stop in and see us at 1217 West 41st Street in Sioux Falls. You're going to love the way your home feels. Hey Sioux Falls, do you want the guaranteed best carpet cleaning ever? Then you need to check out Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration. Since 1989, Best Choice incorporates the work ethic and durability of old-school family methods with the efficiency of modern equipment to offer high-quality cleaning services. When they're done cleaning the carpet in your home or office, you'll be thrilled with the results. Try Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration and experience the best carpet cleaning ever.
Hi, everybody. This is Rich Rosty for the Sioux Falls Storm. When you think about sponsors that have been a part of the Sioux Falls Storm organization, there's no one that's been around longer than Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs. They've been around since the days of the Cobras 21 years ago. And they are a special organization. And they've been working to further enhance deliveries in Sioux Falls by supplementing their delivery staff with a third-party delivery company so you get your subs baked fresh, sliced fresh, and delivered fresh. That's good sense. Deli Fresh subs. Man, that's good.
More people are choosing Silver Star Car Wash than ever. Just $14.95 per month for fast, easy, unlimited washes at all of our Silver Star Car Wash locations. Get in and out quick and easy with free vacuums and prep towels and several convenient locations all over town. You won't find a better value anywhere. Just $14.95 per month for unlimited washes. Silver Star, a better wash, a great feeling.
And joining me now on the Kurtiss Riggs Show, defensive back with the Sioux Falls Storm, Trey Wofford. Trey, thanks for being on the Kurtiss Riggs Show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Now, how long have you been with the Sioux Falls Storm?
I came to Sioux Falls Storm in 2018. 2018 is my first year with the Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is going in my third season.
That's right. Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
You know, when you got that break in there, it's just kind of hard to figure out, you know, do you count that or not? No, really. So it's, you know, it's kind of a weird thing.
Playing.
Yeah. Well, tell folks again about your background, where you grew up. I know you went to Middle Tennessee State, but where'd you spend your childhood and growing up?
Probably like 15 minutes south of Atlanta, a place called Fayetteville, Georgia. I grew up there, played high school ball there. Finished out. I went to junior college first at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. I did 2 years there, then transferred to Middle Tennessee my final 2 seasons and finished up there at Middle Tennessee State.
Well, you know, junior college is great. That's where I went first 2 years for my education also. And what people don't realize, they say JUCO and they think, oh, well, what's that, JUCO? I tell you what, some of the greatest stars to star in major colleges started out in junior college because
it's not a bad route.
No. Tell us what it was like for you for the transition from junior college and then to Middle Tennessee State.
Football wise, it wasn't that big of a difference, but I'm sure Middle Tennessee was way bigger than the college that I went to in Middle Tennessee, Mississippi Gulf Coast. But it was just bigger, a lot more people. But the football was, in the day, it was still football to me.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the point I'm trying to make, is that folks minimize junior college, but many athletes have gone on, had great careers in major colleges and larger universities. And the training that you got there, and see, this is what a lot of high school students don't realize. Okay, you graduate from high school, you go to a good-sized university, you're fortunate enough to get some assistance financially to be able to go to this college, scholarship or whatever.
Right.
And you sit on the bench for 2.5 years. But you go to a junior college, and those first 2 years, you play.
Right away.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to wait for it because, you know, there's only 2 years of students, athletes, and you get to play right away. So the experiences that you have 2 years of playing time before you get to the other university. And actually, it's an advantage, isn't it, Trey?
Yeah, it's an advantage because you're not like a rookie, like a freshman. So you get your two seasons in, learning the game, learning the college game. So when you transfer into the university, you're already up to speed with everything.
And that's such a huge advantage. Now, how did you wind up from Middle Tennessee State to wind up playing for the Sioux Falls Storm?
When I first came into the IFL, I played with the Nebraska Danger my first season in the IFL. But then the coaches left and got a different job, so I reached out to Coach Riggs and sent him my film after my rookie season, and he brought me along with the team. So I reached out to Coach Riggs about it.
Well, I tell you what, it probably did not take very long for him to answer you, did it?
Nah, it didn't take too.
Well, because the Storm had played against you, he knew what capabilities you had, and he saw something in those, and he wanted you to join him on this squad up here in Sioux Falls, and you have been a tremendous part of that defense ever since you got here, and I really applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about the game that you had the other night against the Arizona Rattlers. You had a great game. You were in on a lot of things, but tell us about going into that game compared to the first week of the season.
This game I just wanted to lead the team by example, just fly around, because the first game our effort wasn't there. So the second game I want to just give out great effort and just be physical and just help the team, give them motivation, just be the leader that they want me to be on the defense.
You know, that's one of the things I also wanted to talk to you about. And we're talking with Trey Wofford, defensive back with the Sioux Falls Storm, is the thing about you being a veteran. And so few players have returned from the team from 2019. A leadership role for you has greatly expanded, hasn't it?
Yeah, we really have. I'm the only person that came back on the defense side of the ball. So everybody else is new. So I have to be a leader, I have to fill that role. And I'm not very talkative. I don't talk much, so I really much just lead by how I play.
Sure.
And
what people don't realize that Coach Hermanson's defensive playbook is pretty thick, isn't it? And it takes a while to learn it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it took me a while to learn it, but it took me a while when I first got here. It took me a little minute, probably like week 8. That's when I finally really had it down. My first season with the Storm, but now I know it like the back of my hand now.
Sure, but the thing is, and one of the requirements to be successful with the Sioux Falls Storm, and I've talked about it on the air before, and I will talk to you about it right now, is the importance of doing your job and not floating over trying to make a big play or to help somebody else, because making sure that you take care of your responsibility will help somebody else to be successful on it.
Right. See, Coach Herman running his defense about 11 years, so he knows what he's talking about. So he's going to put you in the right position. You just got to do your job and don't worry about everybody else responsible. Do your job first, and you'll make plays, because he's going to put you in the right spot to make the plays.
And that's the key. And then I think sometimes that's when newcomers into the Storm system, they have come from areas where they've had to be the star, or they've had to be able to slide over, or they have done that and made big plays. But that's not what makes the team successful. It's being, staying at home, making sure that you're covering the people that you're supposed to be covering. And then if somebody else is going to be in a position to cover them too. And that's the part about learning it. And I'm sure you as a veteran and a leader on the team, that's something that you've had to help guys understand.
Yeah, pretty much just tell them, just do your job. Don't worry about the other position. Learn your job first and get that down pat. Then you can start focus on putting your own.
So what do you enjoy most about playing indoor football compared to traditional outdoor football?
What I enjoy most is the field is smaller, so there's a lot of contact, so you can't really run away from the contact. So that's what I like the most. It's small, so you got to get physical out there, and I like playing. I like to be physical a lot, so I like the contact.
Well, that's the thing. That was a hugely contact-filled game against the Arizona Rattlers. Those guys they come to play, and they play hard, don't they?
Yeah, they play hard. They're good. That's a good coach team. They are very physical. They got great athletes as well too. So it's always a physical game when we play them.
One player that they have that is very physical is Daryl Monroe, the running back. How easy is it for you to arm tackle him, or do you even try without wrapping up?
You gotta wrap him up. You can't just try to arm tackle him, or he's gonna break it. So you gotta best thing you do is just try to hold on and just hope the rest of your teammates to come ganging up and tackle him because he's a load. He's a big dude.
And one of the things I described him as when you tackle Daryl Monroe, you just hang on and hope he doesn't drag you too far.
Yeah, that's it. But if you hustle to the ball, we'll get him down. Just hold on to him.
But the thing is, he had some success early, but later on in the game, you guys are getting to him, and his carries were smaller. Even got him back behind the line of scrimmage one time, so that you kept working at it. And a lot of the new guys probably just didn't realize that they had to tackle him differently. And that's a part of learning the craft of playing defense, isn't it?
Yeah. He broke a long run like the first drive. I think he had like a 29-yarder, but we came to the sideline and talked about what we had to do to fix it, and we bottled him up the rest of the game.
Well, the defense was a big factor in the Sioux Falls Storm winning that game against the Arizona Rattlers.
Right.
A couple interceptions and some stops late in the game, and that was huge. Tell us about what that win meant to your defensive unit as far as growing and going further into the season, coming up with this game next week against Louisville Extreme. But what did that game, that win, that performance mean to you guys as far as a growth for the team itself?
I think we made a big jump from week 1 to week 2. I think it just helped out their confidence, and I'm saying just showed them how to play Storm football, how we play together as a team. If we play together as a team and trust each other, we will beat pretty much everybody.
Well, it was a great win for the Sioux Falls Storm. Just a couple games into the season, things march on as the Storm take on the Louisville Extreme down in Louisville, Kentucky, coming up on Saturday. 6:05 is the kickoff Central Time, and I'll have the coverage for you. Go right to the Storm website, click on Listen Live or Watch Live, and you'll be able to see the game and Sioux Falls Storm taking on Louisville. What do you do outside of football? First of all, maybe as a job or a career that you'd like to do, or what do you do for fun? Tell us about those things.
What I do for fun, I like to work out a lot. I play video games. I play a lot of Madden and stuff. But outside of football, when I'm not doing football, I like to help people out, like coaching and help other youth players train and stuff like that. So that's what I like doing outside of football.
Well, good for you. Well, yeah. You're a great part of the Sioux Falls Storm, a leader on that defensive unit that had a big game against the Arizona Rattlers, but still things, and like Coach talked about it on the show also, is the fact that he doesn't let you rest on your laurels and what you've done. He still looks for improvement, and he still feels that the defense has ways to go to get to where he really wants it to be. Would that be true?
Yeah, that's very true. We still make mistakes out there, but we play hard, and that, you know what I'm saying, that helped us a lot. But we got a lot of stuff that we need to work on as a unit, and if we just keep try to get better 1% every day when we come together, and I feel like we'll do what we got to do to get to the championship, be a championship caliber team.
Well, Trey Wofford, thank you so much for being on the Kurtiss Riggs Show. You wear number 13 proudly, and you've had that number since you've been with the Storm, I believe.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you being on the Kurtiss Riggs Show, and my best to you as you continue the season with the Storm.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. Trey Wofford, defensive back with the Sioux Falls Storm. When we come back, we'll be visiting with the head coach of the Sioux Falls Storm, Kurtiss Riggs. You're listening to it right here and watching it on the Sioux Falls Storm website network of broadcasts. We'll be back right after this. And Storm fans, again, I want to welcome a new sponsor for the Sioux Falls Storm, Big Frog, custom T-shirts and more. Whatever the occasion, birthdays, fun, runs, team building events, sports, and spirit walks, you can trust and depend on Big Frog custom T-shirts and more of Sioux Falls to make custom T-shirt printing fun and hassle-free. We'll be back with more of the Kurtiss Riggs Show after we pause for this time out. Back right after this.
Fireplace Professionals is a proud supporter of the Sioux Falls Storm. Our gas fireplaces and inserts from Heat and Glow and Heatolator are the best in the business. You can stop in and see the region's largest showroom or visit us on the web at fireplaceprofessionals.com and get a virtual tour. We have almost 100 Heat and Glow and Heatolator models on display and even more in stock. If you ever need advice, just call 605-339-0775 or better yet, stop in and see us at 1217 West 41st Street in Sioux Falls. You're going to love the way your home feels. Hey Sioux Falls, do you want the guaranteed best carpet cleaning ever? Then you need to check out Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration. Since 1989, Best Choice incorporates the work ethic and durability of old school family methods with the efficiency of modern equipment to offer high quality cleaning services. When they're done cleaning the carpet in your home or office, you'll be thrilled with the results. Try Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration and experience the best carpet cleaning ever.
Hi, everybody. This is Rich Rosty for the Sioux Falls Storm. When you think about sponsors that have been a part of the Sioux Falls Storm organization, there's no one that's been around longer than Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs. They've been around since the days of the Cobras 21 years ago. And they are a special organization, and they've been working to further enhance deliveries in Sioux Falls by supplementing their delivery staff with a third-party delivery company so you get your subs baked fresh, sliced fresh, and delivered fresh. That's Good Sense. Deli Fresh Subs. Man, that's good.
More people are choosing Silver Star Car Wash than ever. Just $14.95 per month for fast, easy, unlimited washes at all of our Silver Star Car Wash locations. Get in and out quick and easy with free vacuums and prep towels and several convenient locations all over town. You won't find a better value anywhere. Just $14.95 per month for unlimited washes. Silver Star, a better wash, a great feeling.
Joining us for the final segment of the Kurtiss Riggs Show with him is the head coach of the Storm, Kurtiss Riggs. And Coach, coming up on Saturday, you're going to be taking to the air and flying out to Louisville, Kentucky, and that'll be the first trip ever for the Storm into that particular city and venue. But you're going to be facing a coach that you've known a long time in Mark Stout, the coach of the Louisville Extreme. Tell us about Coach Stout.
Yeah, you're right. He's done this for longer than I have. He's been, in different leagues and coaching for quite a while. And then we used to have some great battles when he was in Cedar Rapids. He really put together a nice squad that got some wins against us in the regular season, but we were always able to get by him in the playoffs. A good hire, because you want someone like that's done it for so long and will build a stable organization. But I think right now they're having so many struggles just bringing everything together, like, oh, we got to have dashers, oh, we got to have a hotel, or we got to have housing, all of that. And you kind of lose focus of the X's and O's. And but you can see from their first game to this game against Frisco last week, they're already starting to get better, because they led most of this game and had a chance to win it. And Frisco was able to find a way to pull it out.
Yeah, Coach Stout has a great mind, and he's been a part of the league, also Arena Football League on both sides of the different leagues. So he has a lot of contacts, and he's going to build this thing up right. And like you said, it's going to take a while to get things started. They have losses to the Pirates and also the Green Bay Blizzard, who's playing very well. They lost to the Blizzard 49-29, and Frisco in this last week is lower scoring game, but 36-26. And when you talk about them statistically, it just really looks like they're depending right now on the pass much more than the run. How do you analyze that?
Yeah, and I think some of it's using the back for protection schemes a little bit. Just finding ways to try to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly. Or sometimes just trying to make the game more exciting to build a base there for their fans.
Their quarterback that's had the most success is Dalton Oliver, 7 passing touchdowns, thrown a couple of picks, and he's got a couple of good receivers, 3 of them actually with pretty good stats. Quan Shorts had 1 touchdown. Edgar Poe has 4 touchdowns, and then Todd Athey has 3 touchdowns. Those are the main receivers for the Extreme. know anything about those guys, or a lot of these names unfamiliar to you on this squad?
Yeah, a lot of them are new to us, Rich. I mean, I really don't know many. I know the other quarterback's a guy that's played in the IFL, but for the most part, yeah, we really don't recognize many of the names.
Then rushing the ball, Oliver's had 2 rushing touchdowns, and so that they've been limited for their amount of offense. They're only averaging about 25 points a game thus far. Defensively, leading defensive tackler Cameron Hall has 5 tackles and a couple of sacks. And the defenders, Kyrie McLean, 15 tackles and an interception. And also Jeff Branch has 11 tackles. And anything about the defense that you've seen thus far in the time that you had a chance, the short time you had to watch?
Jeff Branch is a guy that played for Cedar Rapids, so we've gone against him. He played at Presentation College here in South Dakota. So that's maybe the one name that we did recognize. He's a lighter defensive end that kind of tries to get you with his speed. But schematically is really the thing, Rich, defensively especially. Coach Stout, he plays a different defense than most teams, and it can be very aggressive, and it can force you into some turnovers if you're not careful with the ball, just because of that different look and the way, it looks like his DBs are going to go one way when in fact they're going to go the complete opposite. And so Lorenzo, Tommy, Taz, whoever we play this week, they need to make sure they're on cue with their reads.
For you, as far as the keys of the game and things like that, and I guess to preface that, when you come off a big win, and we've seen that maybe in two clubs now. Iowa had a big win over the Storm, and then they falter the next week. Arizona had a win to start the season, and they lose the next week. Okay, question, the keys to the game, but also how to maintain what you've built up thus far and have that continue over into the next game so there's not a withdrawal or a backup, you might say, in the productivity of the team.
Yeah, one big thing is just consistency. And I'm not meaning consistency of big plays, but, not making those catastrophic mistakes. Consistently, we're always getting positive yards on first down. We're working ahead of the chains. We're not giving up the big plays on defense. We're making the team have to earn their way down the field. If you do those things consistently, then you start to get better in the other areas. You can start to fine tune things you're really good at, and you're able to start to separate the gap between you and most of the teams. And that's really what we need to focus on, Rich, not Louisville, not Bismarck, not Green Bay, our next 3 games. We need to focus on just the consistency of how we play.
Coach, couldn't have said it better. My best of you. Have safe travels, and good luck in that game out at Louisville, Kentucky. And kickoff for that is at 6:05 Central Time, not 7:05, 6:05 Central Time. And you'll be able to see the broadcast on the same way you found the Kurtiss Riggs Show. It'll be on the Sioux Falls Storm website and also on YouTube. So, Coach, have a great trip.
Rich, we'll miss you, man. We'll miss you, and good luck to you trying with this new experiment. So I hope it works out, but we'll miss you, though.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, folks, what he's talking about is I won't be traveling, but I'll be doing the game off of a screen from my office. And the thing about it is there's one very good thing about where my office is. It's right next door to the bathroom, so I don't have to worry about going through a different arena trying to find one.
Hey, this can't be like a Wyoming game, though, where they're serving you during the game, Rich. Yeah. People, you can tell people about the Wyoming Calvary games.
I certainly will at some point in time.
Yep. All right. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, thanks a lot. Head coach Kurtiss Riggs. And coming up, we'll have the wrap up of the Kurtiss Riggs Show right if we pause for this timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Fireplace Professionals is a proud supporter of the Sioux Falls Storm. Our gas fireplaces and inserts from Heat and Glow and Heatolator are the best in the business. You can stop in and see the region's largest showroom or visit us on the web at fireplaceprofessionals.com and get a virtual tour. We have almost 100 Heat and Glow and Heatolator models on display and even more in stock. If you ever need advice, just call 605-339-0775 or better yet, stop in and see us at 1217 West 41st Street in Sioux Falls. You're going to love the way your home feels. Hey, Sioux Falls, do you want the guaranteed best carpet cleaning ever? Then you need to check out Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration. Since 1989, Best Choice incorporates the work ethic and durability of old-school family methods with the efficiency of modern equipment to offer high-quality cleaning services. When they're done cleaning the carpet in your home or office, you'll be thrilled with the results. Try Best Choice Cleaning and Restoration and experience the best carpet cleaning ever.
Hi, everybody. This is Rich Rosty for the Sioux Falls Storm. When you think about sponsors that have been a part of the Sioux Falls Storm organization, there's no one that's been around longer than Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs. They've been around since the days of the Cobras 21 years ago, and they are a special organization, and they've been working to further enhance deliveries in Sioux Falls by supplementing their delivery staff with a third-party delivery company so you get your subs baked fresh, sliced fresh, and delivered fresh. That's Good Sense. Deli Fresh Subs. Man, that's good.
More people are choosing Silver Star Car Wash than ever. Just $14.95 per month for fast, easy, unlimited washes at all of our Silver Star Car Wash locations. Get in and out quick and easy with free vacuums and prep towels and several convenient locations all over town. You won't find a better value anywhere. Just $14.95 per month for unlimited washes. Silver Star, a better wash, a great feeling.
And hi, everybody. Welcome back for our final segment of the Kurtiss Riggs Show. And again, I want to welcome our special new sponsor of the Kurtiss Riggs Show, Big Frog, custom T-shirts and more, whatever the occasion, birthdays, fun runs, team building events, sports, and spirit walks. You can trust and count on Big Frog, custom T-shirts and more of Sioux Falls to make custom T-shirt printing fun and hassle-free. Don't forget the game coming up this Saturday, Sioux Falls Storm taking on the Lexington Horsemen, and that will be at 6:05 Central Time. And I'll have the pregame show starting for you, well, about 10 minutes or 15 minutes prior to that. And you can watch the broadcast, and you can just go to the Sioux Falls Storm website and click on Watch Live, or you can go to the IFL YouTube website. It should be there also. And because we're doing things entirely different this year, we're going to be broadcasting a video, but be able to put into our own commercials. That's our plan, and the IFL is working with us to make that happen so that fans can have the broadcast that they want, either the home or the away, and be able to see the game also. Also, if you want to watch the game, go on out to Blue Rock Bar and Grill, just skinny corner from the Sanford Pentagon, and there'll be a viewing party there for all of the Storm fans. And it's always a good time when all the Storm fans get together and watch the game. Also, part of the broadcast today was brought to you and presented by Beal Bud Light here in Sioux Falls. I appreciate them as sponsorships. Also, I want to mention, head over to the Storm website. You can check out, they have some deals going on as far as the merchandise that you can order online. Check it out, SiouxFallsStorm.com, and that's where you can get all of the information that you need. There's tons of information in that website. Just go ahead and check it all out, SiouxFallsStorm.com. But this has been the Kurtiss Riggs Show. I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll be here next week, and we'll have a conversation with the Storm head coach, Kurtiss Riggs, about the game in Louisville, and then also a preview of the Bucks game coming up right after that. So thanks again for tuning in to the Kurtiss Riggs Show. I'm Rich Rosty. Have yourself a great day.
This has been the Kurtiss Riggs Show. Join us every week for our conversation with the Storm head coach, Kurtiss Riggs. Check out the Storm's website, SiouxFallsStorm.com, for all the latest information, schedules, history, videos, and so much more about the Storm. Thank you for watching the Kurtiss Riggs Show, brought to you by Sanford Health. Go Storm!